What I want to do is create a logo for a company called Redline, for example, and or let's say Redbox, and use that as an image in Quark, and then add the rest of the element of the business card in Quark. So in Quark, the size of my image or page is 9 centimeters by 5 centimeters. So I have to do the same thing in Photoshop in case I wanted to have the logo extend throughout the whole image. But I don't. I just want to have a small size for the logo. So, but you have to work according to these values. So if I choose File New in Photoshop, the first thing I'll choose is centimeters for my values. For the resolution, I'll choose 300. And let's say that for now, I'm going to choose for the width 9 and for the height 5. So that's the same as the whole business card. But I'm going to be cropping the logo later. But now at least I know what's the size of my business card. So that's going to be the size, the whole thing. So I filled it with a gray color. And now, if I go here, I have custom shapes, and I can choose some of these shapes from here. I repeat, for those who don't know Photoshop, I went to the custom shape tool, and I clicked here to see my custom shapes. These are shapes that I can use, but for a real client, I don't really use those. For now, I'm just telling you about them. So I can, for example, create a square. So that's the square. The square takes the color that I have here. And if I look at the layers, I have it there. I'm going to change it to red, because it's called red box. And let's do something else. I'll press Alt to make a copy. Now the one here at the front, I'm gonna change its color slightly. Okay, let's say that that's the form of the logo. I'm gonna add the text now. Of course, I wrote with text, but it has the same color as the background, so I don't see anything. So I have to select my text and change its color, say to red. So I'm sampling the red color from here, and Control T to scale it down. Okay, is this too big or too small, the size of the text? It's too big because I won't have that much space to add the other stuff. So, Control T, scale it down. So that looks decent enough for a logo. I might, of course, try different variations on the font. See if you have one that you like more than the one I started with. Now the one I started with is actually good because it's thick and it resembles a bit the thickness of the box, so I might go with that. But I always like to try different variations to see if I like something more. This is not bad actually. Okay, I'm gonna stick with this one, Century Gothic. I'll try a smaller font size just to see what it looks like. It's not bad. I'm gonna link the three items together and place them here. Now, that's the part that I want to use in the Quark. Maybe I can add something down here. Maybe I can type the what the company does, for example, trading, or let's say import export, right? I would select this, Control T, make it smaller, Control T, make it a bit wider so that it fills up the same width as my text. And I'll try to change the color to gray, see what it looks like. To preview things in full screen in Photoshop, what do I press? FF tab. What do you think about import export? It's what? It's too big because it's taking as much space as the title. So I made it smaller like this and probably align it to the right side. What? Yeah. I have a space. I can, if I like, add something like a vertical line. But no. Alright. So now what I need to do is just take this part and use it as an image in Quark. So I'm going to use my crop tool and crop to the extent of that image. I don't have to be very precise. Anything close to the extent is good. So now, if I right click and choose image size, in centimeter I have the width and the height, and I have the resolution. The resolution should always be 300 for print. The width and the height is what I'm going to be using over there. So I choose File, and before I save, I'm going to make my background color white. So I filled white, the background color, and choose File, Save As. Now what's the format I need to save with? I'm going to create a folder on my desktop and call it, for example, My Images. I'm going to save there. What's the format I'm going to save with? I can use JPEG or something else. Let's call this logo red box JPEG. Now I don't really use JPEG in real production because JPEG would actually have you lose some information from the image. It will degrade the quality a little bit. You have this quality factor that you can change, but it's not a good thing to save this type of work as JPEG. So I'm not going to save as a JPEG. I'm going to save as a TIFF image, which is perfect for print and doesn't lose any information. So I'll call this logo red box and save. Now here, pay attention. For the image compression, if I choose JPEG, it will be a smaller size, but I will lose some information. So I'll choose none for image compression. For the byte order, I'm going to use IBM for Windows machines. If I was working on a Macintosh, I would use Macintosh. Now here I have some layers that I created. I can use the layers but it will be a bigger size for the file, which I don't want. I'm gonna choose discard layers and save a copy. So all these layers will be 1, which is what I want to have in Quark. So I'll choose OK. And now I'll go to Quark and create a new project. I'm gonna call this business card 1. The width, we set it to be 9 centimeters or 90 millimeters. The height is 50. I can just type 5 centimeters, it works. I don't need any facing pages. Now for the margins, if I look at this card here, the margin is 0.5 centimeter, which is the edges with no text. So I'm gonna set this to 0.5 centimeter, and I can copy this and paste it over here. For the columns, I don't need any columns for now. I'll talk about them later, and I'll press OK. So now I have my business card, which is empty so far, and I need to start filling it up with my elements.